What is up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It's your boys. We back for another HHN update. Update number Psycho.
That's right. We have 2 updates in 1 week. That's freaking crazy. And this is because yesterday
we got an announcement.
It was just,
John Murdy came down from the heavens, was like, "Here, my children."
And he was like, you know how all of you pretty much predicted Krampus before? Well, you guys are right. And yeah, that was,
I got you.
we're kind of sad because at the beginning of all of this, we had made a prediction for Krampus, but then we changed it for The Conjuring. So we're sorry.
But shout out to everyone who predicted that it was Krampus and like kept to it.
Yeah, good for you guys. Good.
Not like us.
No, yeah.
Rip us.
But anyway, let's see what the little quote was to really put us in the mood of Krampus. I knew St. Nicholas wasn't coming. Oh, by the way, I'm doing the voice of Omi. For those of you who haven't seen
Picture of Omi right here.
Yeah, Omi will be on the Soy's face. Omi was the grandmother from Germany, where the story Krampus comes from, and this is a quote from the movie.
I knew St. Nicholas wasn't coming this year. Instead, it was a much more darker, more ancient spirit. It was the shadow of St. Nicholas. It was Krampus. And as he had for thousands of years, Krampus came not to reward, but to punish, not to give, but to take. Omi.
Thank you, Omi. Thank you very much, Omi.
Yeah, no worries.
So, of course, it goes on to what really is the plot of Krampus, which is, the Engel family. They're having a bit of a issue with losing the Christmas spirit, and how it goes in the movie. One of the children makes a wish or a Christmas list for Santa, and
he wants Jurassic Park.
He wants Jurassic Park.
That's the kid from Jurassic Park, right?
No.
No?
And so this kid, he loses spirit, and he crumples up, or he rips up and throws it into the air. And instead of Santa getting the letter, Krampus gets the letter.
You're a fraud, Santa.
That's a reference to Amazing Spider-Man 2. And so then Krampus comes with his little elves and all these different toys and these minion-sounding gingerbread men who want to kill. And it actually, I'm actually excited for this.
So am I. Look, we've had Dark Christmas as a scare zone for maybe
2 years.
2 years now, and I love it. I don't know. It's just something about something like so peaceful like Christmas and stuff like that, and just seeing that dark twisted turn on it is just amazing. And so like if Dark Christmas was anything to put a comparison to this maze, I really think we're in for quite a treat from this maze.
Yeah, and there's gonna be a lot to do. So this maze is gonna be pretty dark because the whole setting is the roof
Power's
is open and power's out.
Ooh, I hope it's cold.
I hope so too.
I hope it's cold.
And I'm really hoping that they'll have they'll have little elves everywhere with the masks and scary. I really hope that they don't try to animate the gingerbread man. That would.
Have we ever seen?
You see the gingerbread man because he goes after.
But have we ever seen an animation?
No, but not yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, in 2015. Yesterday, with Insidious into the further into the further.
Further into the further.
Because they had brought the further before, so it was even further into the further. There was that, they had the screen for the guy who was like, he's got your baby, he's got your baby. So I felt like maybe they could do something like that with a screen.
But I like that because I thought he was there.
Mm-hmm.
I low key those tits, those saggy old.
So. I just hope they don't do any of the animation. Maybe they'll have the sound of the gingerbread, but I really hope they don't try to put the gingerbread in it.
I think something really cool would be maybe a kitchen scene, and we hear the gingerbread, and he maybe little squirters that give off the sense that they're around us. But
maybe even the smell of gingerbread.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. So maybe that's gonna smell.
The implication of them there, but not actually having them there. That would be cool. now we're kind of in an odd spot because Krampus takes out our whole idea of a purge maze too, because Krampus has a P in it.
Yeah.
And John Murdy said there was only going to be one maze with a P in it.
Oh.
So here, it's.
We honestly, like in the comments, you guys wanted us to talk about our predictions, and honestly, we were predicting like either The Conjuring or The Purge, but now that The Purge is out, and you know The Conjuring, it's there, but it's like, you know, like we're at a standstill right now.
We are, because when we went to look at maze construction. They had the two houses, the one that was in Jurassic Park queue and the one that was in where Crimson Peak was last year.
Krampus is.
And yeah, that's what John Murdy has just stated, that where Crimson Peak was last year, that's where Krampus is. And the house that we see in the JP queue, that's where the Michael Myers maze is going to be. So we have one more maze. We know we have one more maze. Ideas for that maze.
They could be literally anything.
Yeah, because John Murdy has not given us anything for a final maze, and we could grasp at straws and say, oh, lights out, because that's around the whole horror idea and something that they could do, or we could even say, they're bringing Chucky back. No, there's nothing we can say because we have no proof, and that's what these videos are about, or proof that we have. So when we're speculating, these are just hypotheses. We can't theorize anything.
This is just
but
throwing an arrow in the dark.
But what we could say is something, a little bit of an update overall, is that there's not going to be any 3D mazes this year, because John Murdy has just said that because he felt with all the properties, there's really nothing.
He didn't feel anything like. I don't want to say worthy of 3D, but nothing like fit 3D.
Acceptable or like compatible. There we go, compatible with 3D, because like it's been apparently a really long thing, right? That
we've had a 3D maze almost every year. Well, not almost, but ever since I've started going, there's been a 3D maze.
Yeah,
like,
well,
stable there.
No more. John Murdy has just decided bye. No more. Well, hopefully next year.
We'll probably get it next year.
Another thing that some of you want us to talk about, scare zones. The thing is about scare zones when it comes to Halloween Horror Nights, we don't really get any hints about scare zones.
I mean, we do, but honestly, a lot of the time it's like end of the year, or not end of the year, but end of the month, kind of reaching towards Horror Nights. Maybe he'll do again like he did last year, and we'll be like, hey, here are the scare zones that I'm thinking of, and one of them I want you guys to choose.
That's
for
right.
me.
That's right.
Like last year, he did corpses, right?
Yes. Where it was
Corpse was
World War I, where it was just these kind of like zombies mixed with like the effects of
No, my bad.
That was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago. Last year was the French one.
Oh, the Masquerade.
Yes, Masquerade one in the.
That's true.
In the slot.
And usually that happens like relatively earlier, because this year they're starting Halloween Horror Nights September 16th. Usually it started way at the end of September or early October, but now it's going from September 16th all the way to October 31st, which is crazy.
This is and usually seeing as how it's going to October 31st, usually it like finishes off at like the first few days of November, like November 1st, 2nd. So I guess they cut those days and just pushed it forward to here.
Which is why, so definitely we'll let you guys know
whenever we get information about scare zones and stuff like that, we'll let you guys know. As of that, really,
we don't know anything. We could say about Krampus, the movie itself, because that was one of the first things we tried to do a review when we were coming up with the idea of this channel. We never posted it, but we were coming up with it. We actually were almost like a test run for us to see how we would structure movie reviews for the TLEV channel, and it was a pretty good movie.
I definitely thought it was really refreshing to see this movie. The idea was just like. It was just how do I put this into words?
I mean, because it was a comedy horror film, and it was like the best of both. Like there was a lot of heart of what you would expect.
It understood that it wasn't like a serious thing. Like for example, A Nightmare on Elm Street. You're dealing with a murderer, a psychopath. You have to have a really dark sense. this is a twisted Christmas. And the movie understood that. They were like, okay, yeah, we got to make this funny, but at the same time, how can we make something so near and dear to our hearts menacing?
Right, and that's what they kind of did with the Scare Zone the past 2 years, and hopefully they'll do that as well. I'm pretty sure, like, we'll be having classic Christmas songs playing, like, kind of ominous. We'll probably hear Silent Night. That's my prediction. We'll hear Silent Night at some point. We'll probably hear some upbeat music as well when it's coming towards the elves coming to pop out. I'm excited because this is something that we can mention. Where he said that there was going to be 2 puppets this year. Those are probably the puppets. Where Krampus is really tall, and that's probably where the puppets are.
And that worm thing.
Yes, that's true.
The jacket. Ooh.
The Jack in the Box.
Girl.
I'll put the little image right here of the.
I'm excited.
Okay. Yeah, so I think this is, overall this year is going to be a great lineup with everything that we have. And Krampus, it might feel a little out of place, but it's definitely going to work well.
I definitely think it's going to add that extra something to this year's Horror Nights that, previous years don't have, or not that don't have, but maybe lack. For example, last year we had This Is the End, which is supposed to be the comedy maze,
and I don't know if
I liked it. Like some of the scenes were a little off and stuff like that, but I really feel that John Brady is gonna do this maze justice, seeing as how like the Scare Zone has been probably like one of the best.
That's true. Yeah,
one of the best like fan received Scare Zones that we've had. Everybody always asked for Dark Christmas to come back. And now that we're finally getting, like, literally before this, people were asking, hey, can we get a Dark Christmas maze? And literally now Krampus the movie has come out, so they're like, we want that. And he gave it to us.
He did.
So.
He did. Yeah.
Kudos.
And good job, John Murdy, for listening. That's something I think is always important, is to listen to the fans. And John Murdy, he did justice with that. He did a great job. Other than that, predictions, speculations.
It could be anything.
Sorry, guys, we don't have anything.
I'll stick with the Conjuring, or no?
We'll be stubborn about our Conjuring.
We want the Conjuring. I want to hear Elvis in a maze, man.
That would be great to hear Elvis.
I want to see Shamananamanama, whatever the demon's name was. Ugamanda, Shamanababa.
Ugamanda with a V.
Oh, Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer, the demon, coming in to destroy us this year's Horror Nights, The Conjuring, starring Val Kilmer.
That wraps it up. Okay.
If you guys want any more videos on something else, or maybe you guys have questions that you want us to answer, let's definitely make a separate video on that and stuff like that. But if you guys want that, leave your questions and comments.
Absolutely, because I feel like we can tell them a little surprise now. We have a surprise for you guys. Next week and going on, we're gonna do a new series, almost an attachment to this one, called Halloween Horror Nights Preparation.
Hey.
And we're going to take all of your requests. What do you guys want to know about the Halloween Horror Nights experience? What do you want to know so that you can be prepared for Halloween Horror Nights 2016?
What tips do you want to know? When should I get there early? Like, what do I do?
What kind of tickets?
Yeah, what's the best bang for my buck? You know, stuff like that. You ask us, we'll let you know on that video series. HHN Preparations. Look out for it on this channel. So subscribe.
And if you like this video, I know this was a lot of ranting and not much, and if anything, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. Of course, comment with your predictions if you have any.
Yeah, let us know. We would definitely want to hear that.
And
try to break our stubbornness.
Exactly. Give us a reason for us not to believe The Conjuring.
Starring Val Kilmer is coming to Horror Nights.
And we also started a Twitter page.
Yeah, definitely go follow that for everything up to date. We're still getting all that set up, but definitely go follow that channel so that you guys will be up to date with everything that we're doing and everything the park's doing and stuff like that. And link somewhere on
the link will be
in the description.
I found out that you can't actually put a Twitter link here, so it will be in the description
down there. Able map.
Exactly, but the account, the following page number, what name?
The name
right here,
right there.
Other than that, I think this is it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm Thomas.
I'm Josie Way. And as always, we're TLEV. We outie.